Dana White's Contender Series 2022, Week 5, full card prediction and confident picks. If you guys want all the bets that I'm going to be making for this entire card, we got some prop bets. We got a very good parlay I definitely do like. And then I'm going to add one more bet right after this video is posted. So if you want to see all the bets, go to the description down below. It's the first link at the top. And you can see all the bets for only $2.99 a month. But we got Eduardo Neves, Michael Parkin in the main event of the heavyweight division. Amiran, Gogoladze, Darrius Flowers in the welterweight division. Santos Aguilar and Erisson Ferreira in the flyweight division. Wang Cameron Saaiman in the bantamweight division. Rayanne Amanda and Denise Gomes in the strawweight division. Eduardo coming off a good LFA win, both undefeated heavyweights with all finishes in their MMA career. We got a Georgian prospect. Of course the UFC wants them Georgian prospects. And then we got Darrius Flowers, who fights, I'm not even joking, like every single week. It's crazy. Santos Aguilar, who actually beats a former Contender Series fighter, I believe, Edgar Shires, if I'm saying that one correctly, who fought Clayton Carpenter a few weeks back, fighting Erisson Ferreira, who actually just fought on the Contender Series not too long ago, last season. We got the, I believe, what is it, the Eagle FC? It's on the EFC Championship, South African champion of the Bantamweight division versus Joshua and Kim. Denise Gomes fighting in Invicta recently. She's also a good prospect. So it's a solid card for Contender Series this week. I'm definitely liking it. I think there's going to be 3 finishes and 2 decisions. Before watching the whole video, comment down below which ones you think I'm going to have as a finish and which one do you think I'm going to have as a decision. Not to mention, put your predictions down below. All your predictions for this fight, put them down below. With all that being said, let's get into the first one here in the women's strawweight division. Denise Gomes and Rayanne Amanda. In the strawweight division, Rayanne is a little bit older at 27 years old, coming off some good wins over some not so good competition, 0-1, 0-5, 0-0, 0-0. Did lose to a 3-1 Alexira Fainara by rear naked choke submission. Denise is taller, she's more powerful, she's got amazing pressure, and she's young. She's 22 and a half years old, which you would think, maybe it's a little bit too early for her. Maybe the UFC's pushing her a little bit too early. No, I think the UFC wants some good up-and-coming women's strawweights to build into their division and to have a good record. She has a good 5-1 record right now, coming off some good wins over former UFC fighter Milana Dudieva, who guess who fought? Guess who she fought inside of the UFC? Juliana Pena, Mariana Renau, Mara Barella, Vanessa Porto, Karina Rodriguez right there, Denise Gomes, Penny Chianza, Jessica Andrade. I mean, she's fought the who's who of the bantamweight, flyweight, strawweight division and things like that. And Denise Gomes goes out there, and I watched that fight live, goes out there, outstrikes Dudieva, however you say the name, in round number 1, round number 2, and then boom, Dudieva starts to gas a little bit. Denise just throwing power, throwing big shots, not really gassing, pushing on the pace, looking for that finish. I mean, this is the exact fighter the UFC would love to add to their roster. And I know the UFC brought Denise Gomes on here to get an easy win. I'm not saying Rayanne Amanda is going to be an easy win by any means. She's got a lot of finishes, mainly by armbar in round number 1. But really, come on. All Denise Gomes has to do is not take down Rayanne Amanda. That's literally it. I'm going to be honest. Do not take down Rayanne Amanda. Keep the fight on the feet, and you can easily outstrike her. Put on that pressure, and show the UFC what you're made of. Boom. Right hook, left hook, uppercut, overhand left. Boom. Throwing some big shots and looking for that finish. I think Denise Gomes is being set up for a very good win in her Contender Series debut to get her that shot inside of the UFC. Rayanne is going to be pulling guards. She's going to be looking for that armbar. And I think even if Denise Gomes goes to the ground with Rayanne Amanda, It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Rayanne's going to be like, oh my god, I should not have pulled guard, because Denise is going to start elbowing her, left hook, right hook on the ground. I think on the ground, Denise Gomes can finish her with ground and pound. I think on the feet, she can finish her in the clinch. She's very good at pressuring her opponent's back, landing those knees, those elbows in the clinch and things like that. Gomes is legit. Gomes is very, very legit. I think she goes out there, outstrikes Rayanne Amanda, maybe a little bit of wrestling and grappling mixed in round number 1, and then in round number 2, Denise Gomes is going to pour on that pressure and knock out Rayanne Amanda in round number 2. Wang Kim and Saaiman in the bantamweight division. He's 21 years old. That's very young to be on the Contender Series. I know there's like an 18-year-old or a 17-year-old fighting in a few weeks, but 21 is still a little bit young. But the man has some experience. 5 wins as an amateur, fighting his first competitive fight at 2015 as a 14-year-old. That is insane. I'm older than that. I'm older than that. This dude has had his amateur MMA debut before my age. I mean, he was a year and a half younger than I am right now, making his amateur MMA debut. But he's a good striker at range. He's got some decent kicks, some decent power in his hands. But I don't think he's going to be as good as Wang Kim. So I think his main path to victory is going to be what he's done in his 4 fights in EFC over there, taking the fight down, looking for that ground and pound, looking for the rear naked, and just looking for the finish on the ground. On the feet, Wang Kim is too experienced. He's like 14-1 as an amateur with a crazy credential, with his only loss to Jesse Schrader by split decision, and a very, very close fight for the CFL featherweight champion. Wang Kim was a crazy big favorite over Jesse Schrader, who we now know to be a UFC fighter, and that's his only loss. That is it. The other one, Arnold Jimenez, is an illegal elbows loss. I mean, doesn't really count. It was a little controversial. I don't think it should have happened, but whatever. I mean, now we have this fight. Saaiman needs the fight to hit the mat. Wang Kim can actually go to the mat with Saaiman, and he can outstrike Saaiman on the feet. I think wherever the fight goes, Wang Kim is going to have that advantage. He's faster on the feet, he hits harder than Saaiman, and he throws a little bit more volume. Not to mention the experience factor. More fights as a pro, and 15 fights as an amateur MMA fighter. The experience is insane for Wang Kim. So with all that being said, I think Josh defends whatever takedowns come his way, and I think we had 3 rounds of kickboxing coming up with Cameron and Wang Kim, and I think Wang Kim is slightly the better kickboxer. I think he wins the fight by a 29-28 decision. Erisson Ferreira and Jesus Santos Aguilar in the flyweight division. Erisson has fought on the Contender Series before, got a very good decision win over Q, and that is his only decision win. On Tapology right here, it says he has 8 knockout wins, 1 decision win, which was that Contender Series fight. But he has 11 wins. So I don't know what's up with that. Someone needs to tell me down in the comment section below. It says he's got 9 right here, 8 knockouts, 1 decision, but he's 11 wins as a professional MMA fighter. Again, I don't know what's up with that. Someone correct me down below onto what that means. Jesus, on the other hand, has been very experienced in terms of longevity of fights. I mean, he has gone the lengths with a lot of his fights. Going out there, 5 rounds with Edgar Chairez, former Contender Series fighter, getting the win in the final round with the guillotine. Go into the second round with Jamie Alvarez, however you say that one. I think he fought on the Ultimate Fighter quite a long time ago. Yeah, he was on the Ultimate Fighter. A very, very long time ago. He was on the season with Kai Kara France, with Brandon Moreno and things like that. And Jesus just goes out there, does very good, and gets a guillotine in round number 1. Jesus is very solid. Jesus has some good power in his hands, but he's a lot smaller than a lot of his opponents. He doesn't have the reach that a lot of his opponents do have. He needs to close that distance. He needs to look for the takedown and look for a submission, look for some control time, and try to win the fight on the mat. Erisson Ferreira, opposite. Defend the takedowns, keep the fight on the feet, use the height, use the reach, and win a decision, outstriking your opponent for 3 rounds, or maybe even knocking out your opponent. But he's not going to knock out Jesus Santos Aguilar. He's got a good chin, and he's good to go for 5 rounds. I mean, his chin will hold up for this fight. I think the fight goes all the way. Jesus Santos Aguilar will survive. He'll land some takedowns of his own, making it interesting and winning at least one of these rounds. But Erisson with the better striking will win this fight by a 29-28 decision. Amiran Gogoladze versus Darrius Flowers in the welterweight division. Now Darrius wrestled this guy. I mean, he needs to go out there and take down. You wouldn't think so, right? I mean, you would think a guy like Amiran Gogoladze, a Georgian fighter. I mean, you're thinking about Merab Dvalishvili, who just fought Jose Aldo. You think Amiran Gogoladze would be the guy looking for the takedowns, but no. Darrius Flowers is the guy that needs to go out there and look to grind this out and win a decision. He needs to make this a very gritty, grimy type of fight with Amiran Gogoladze, because Amiran is the better striker. His nickname is the freaking Sniper, and the only way to beat a sniper is to go freaking beast mode, like Darrius Flowers' nickname does suggest. Dodge all those snipes, get on the inside, throw some big hooks, throw some uppercuts, get the takedown, go beast mode of the ground and pound. That's what Darrius Flowers needs to do right here. He needs to live up to that nickname, and Amiran Gogoladze needs to live up to his nickname. Be the sniper and do not get spotted. Do not let Darrius come near you. As soon as he comes near you, snipe him. Boom. Jab, out of there. Jab, out of there. Just use that striking at range. You're the much taller, you're the much lengthier fighter. That's what you're going to need to do. I hope you like my analogies, because I really love the fact that their nicknames really do kind of portray the type of fighters that they are. But Amiran is not really the striker that's just looking to tap your arm a little bit, maybe just wound you. He's not the sniper that's trying to like take his whoever he's trying to snipe. He's not trying to take them as I don't freaking know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. Amiran has power, man. He's got some really good power in his hands. 3 first-round knockout wins in a row before his loss to Henderson Ferreira. Another 3 knockout wins in a row. So he's going out there, he's looking to snipe, to kill, and he's looking to knock out his opponents. Darrius is looking to pressure. He's going to go beast mode on Amiran Gogoladze. Looking to pressure Amiran Gogoladze. Looking to land the takedowns on Amiran. And that is how Darrius Flowers is going to win the fight. But there is the downside of making it greedy, making it pressure fight, coming forward, looking for the takedown, looking to go inside and land some big hooks. Is that Amiran Gogoladze, the much taller, the much lengthier guy, the much more powerful guy, is going to catch him as he comes in. Darrius is going to walk right into a big right into a big left, an uppercut, a head kick, whatever the case may be. And although I do think Darrius has a good shot of winning here, making this a gritty fight, I think eventually in round 2, he will walk into something. Amiran will throw out something, a head kick, an elbow, a knee down the middle as he's going for a takedown, a right hook, a left hook. It doesn't matter what. Amiran has power. Anything that he lands will rock you. And I think Darrius in round number 2 will walk into something. So my prediction here, Amiran Gogoladze by TKO in round number 2. I hated my analogies, but we'll deal with it later. Eduardo Neves and Michael Parkin in the heavyweight division. Let's keep this one short. Let's keep this one sweet. Michael Parkin and Eduardo both have undefeated 5-0 professional MMA records. Eduardo has faced not so good competition, decent competition, and then solid competition. Michael, bad. Michael has never faced a good opponent in his life. Like, I'm not saying the guys he's faced were absolute garbage, but the guys he's facing all have losing records. I didn't see one guy on the list that looked like he could compete with anyone inside the UFC, compete with anyone on the Contender Series. This is by far one of the biggest tests. This is the biggest test for Michael Parkin's career. Whereas Eduardo Neves just had a good test of his own with Andre Vieira right there, another 5-0 guy that he easily knocked out in a minute of round number 1. So I think the experience factor is even, obviously, but Eduardo has definitely fought the better guys in that experience. I think he's bigger as well because he does have to cut for the heavyweight limit, whereas Michael is at 259 pounds. So Eduardo is bigger. He's the better counterpuncher. I think he actually has more power. And wrestling and grappling wise, Michael can go for the takedown. Eduardo can go for the takedown. Doesn't really matter to me. I don't think either guy is going to be landing the takedown. I think this is going to be a slugfest. I think they're going to throw hands on the feet, big shots. Michael Parkin's going to be the guy advancing, coming forward, looking to land some shots. Eduardo, like he did in his last fight inside the LFA, looking to counter and looking to catch him as they come in. Once he hurts you, boom. he'll go kill mode. He come forward, left hook, right hook, left hook, uppercut, left hook, right hook, and he'll look for that finish. I think this one's going to be none other than another first round finish. I mean, that's what Eduardo Neves does. He gets those first round finish. So I do think Eduardo Neves rocks them in like a minute 30, 2 minutes of round number 1. And then towards the end of round number 1, he'll finally clip him, get his back to the cage, and then he'll finish him off with strikes. Eduardo Neves by first round TKO. That is the full card prediction for Contender Series 2022. Week 5, I got Eduardo Neves to win the fight in the round number 1 by knockout. Amiran Gogoladze by second round knockout. Erisson Ferreira by decision. Wang by decision. And Denise Gomes by TKO in round number 2. Now, for the confident picks. Number one, I hate to do it. I really hate to do it. After Lupita Godinez just destroyed so many of my guys' parlays and things like that, I mean, I would have probably walked away with like $6,000, $7,000 profit on that card if Lupita Godinez won. So I hate to make a women's MMA fight my most confident pick. I'm gonna have to Denise Gomes, number 1 most confident. 80% confidence on Denise Gomes. I think she's the better striker. I think she can easily defend the takedowns. I think she can win on the ground. I honestly think she's a better grappler. I'm going to be honest. I think this is an easy fight for Denise Gomes. I hate to say that for women's MMA because it always freaking surprises you. Denise is going to go out there and get head kick KO'd in round number 1 for all I know with freaking women's MMA. We shall see. But Denise Gomes is going to be my number 1 most confident. Again, I hate doing that. I really, really do. Number 2, Amiran Gogoladze. I'm going to have him around 75%. Eduardo Neves at number 3. I'm going to have him just at 70%. I think, yeah, he should be the much better striker here. Much better counterpuncher and should have a better cardio as well. Better counterpunching. He's bigger. There's a lot of good things for Eduardo Neves. So we'll have him at 70% confidence as number 3. Number 4, we're going to go Wang. I think he's the better striker. But I'm not 100% sold. If the UFC is bringing a guy that's 21 years old in on here, I can't choose the other guy and be like super confident on the guy fighting that 21-year-old fighter. Because if Dana, Sean Shelby, and things like that are bringing in this 21-year-old guy, that must mean he's got something that I don't know about, that they saw that I don't really know about. So I gotta keep caution on those type of fights. So Wang will have him around 60% confident. And then Erisson Ferreira at 55%. I got Eduardo, Amiran, Erisson, Wang, and Denise Gomes. It's all favorites to win their fights. It's just the underdogs aren't really, I mean, Rayanne, no chance. Darrius got a good shot, but of course I'm going with Amiran. Michael, there's just so many things going for Eduardo Neves right there. Jesus is a live underdog right there. Cameron, I see that being a close 29-28 decision. That could also be a close one as well. But I think the most live underdog in the card, Jesus Santos Aguilar. But thanks for watching. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Let's go.